The Republican strategy to disenfranchise their political opponents has reached a whole new phase in Alabama, and this time the racism driving it has been laid bare for all to see. Due to budget cuts, Alabama law enforcement agency said that 31 satellite DMV offices would no longer have access to driver's license examiners, meaning that residents will need to travel to other counties to apply for licenses. And it's important to note that this move comes just 1 year after the state's voter photo ID law went into effect. So we're going to require you to have a photo ID given by the state to be able to take part in our democratic process. Oh, but by the way, you can't get it in your county, and not if you're a certain type of person, especially because there's an incredibly racial, motive that is driving this. Now, this was written by John Archibald, a writer for AL.com, and he wrote, "Take a look at the 10 Alabama counties with the highest percentage of non-white registered voters," and he lists those counties. "Thanks to its budgetary insanity and inanity, just opted to close driver license bureaus in 8 of them. 8 of the 10 highest percentage of non-white registered voters. In fact, every single county in which blacks make up more than 75% of registered voters will see their driver license office closed. Every one. But maybe it's not racial at all, right? Maybe it's just political. And let's face it, it may not be either. But no matter the intent, the consequence is the same." Now, that is a message that I know resonated with you, Ben, earlier on today.
Yeah, I mean, I'm reading another piece here in al.com.
Seems like a great guy.
2011, Alabama lawmakers approved that voter ID law. And I mean, now, and I would say, and somewhere there they said, and later, we'll just close all those courthouses. I mean, still, you can still drive to a different courthouse, but you got to leave your county.
Yes.
And
leave your entire county.
Yeah. So in 2011, Alabama lawmakers approved the state's voter ID law, making it illegal to vote in Alabama with a government-issued ID. So we start with that. That was based on efforts to crush voter fraud, which is not a real thing. It's totally made up, and yet,
doesn't exist.
Again, thanks to, now to sound, you know, again, as soon as I say this, I feel like I sound conspiratorial. Thanks to ALEC, that passed in state after state after state. A concerted effort by conservatives that wrote one piece of legislation and then it spread like wildfire. Wildflowers don't spread across the country.
Which is too bad, really.
February comes after January. That's what it is. I know.
Yeah, no, it's made up. The cases are so rare. Sharks kill more unicorns each year than there is voter fraud cases.
So for most folks, obviously, that means a driver's license. In those 29 counties, you might be able to register at the courthouse, but you won't be able to cast a ballot unless you have that ID. And he says that's not just an inconvenience, it's a problem. Then he says, look at the list of the counties now where you can't get a driver's license. Choctaw, Sumter, Hale, Greene, Perry, Wilcox, Lowndes, Butler, Crenshaw, Macon, Bullock. Then he writes, if you had to memorize all the Alabama counties in 9th grade, like I did, and even if you got most of them, like I have, you can probably guess where we're going with this. Depending on which counties you count as being in Alabama's black belt, either 12 or 15 black belt counties soon won't have a place to get a driver's license. 12 or 15 counties where you can't get a driver's license. There's no way it's a coincidence.
I know, it's insane. So not only was there no voter fraud situation plaguing the country, not only did Alabama pass these strict driver's license laws to, you know, basically prove your identity when you vote, now they're making it extremely difficult for black communities to get licenses in order to vote. Like, that's not a coincidence. That's not a coincidence.
It's not, really fast, it's not a coincidence in Alabama. It's not a coincidence across the country, but I'll let you decide. We're going to bring up a map right now of voter ID laws across America. Red requires photo ID. Is there a possibility that certain types of people are being targeted with that map?
You know,
weird that.
So this guy's name is Kyle Williams, writing this piece here in al.com. It's always going to be funny for me. He writes this, and this is a great point, and I think it's great because it's an acknowledgement that we read it in the piece that you quoted.
Yes.
Who's the writer of that piece? Do you remember?
That was Archibald.
John Archibald. Right?
John Archibald.
John Archibald's that. That the shift is focusing, and the Supreme Court decision required intent, and we need to stop talking about intent. And this guy makes the same point. When the state passed the voter ID law, Republican lawmakers argued it was supposed to prevent voter fraud. Right? Forget whether that's true, even though we know it's not. Democrats said the law was written to disenfranchise black voters and suppress the voice of the poor. Maybe, maybe not. By the way, we go back to that Daily Show piece, and we got the official in North Carolina who just admitted it.
Yeah.
I mean, he didn't admit it in so much a racist way as, well, I want to keep Democrats from voting.
Yeah.
And the people we know are Democrats are black. That's the best way you can paint it. Maybe, maybe not, Kyle Williams writes. But put these two things together, voter ID and 29 counties without a place where you can get one, and voter ID becomes what the Democrats always said it was. Because it doesn't matter what the intent was. The result is black people can't vote. You want us to do you a huge favor and say you didn't mean for that to happen? Fine.
Yeah.
No problem. Hey, it happened anyway. I know that must be terrible news for you.
Yeah.
But obviously, we're going to have to fix it.
Lo and behold.
Yeah, I know your intents were totally pure and righteous, right? Voter fraud. But as a result here, you've disenfranchised black people. We obviously can't have that, so we're going to fix it. So let's go fix it. This is what the Justice Department is supposed to do. And this is why, just a last little thing, this is why you cannot, in good conscience, if you don't like the Democratic nominee, sit out this election.